What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident city villain, Mr. J. Washington, and I'm here with my review for Wonder Woman 1984. Now, if you have not seen this movie yet, come on back, because there will be spoilers. I got to give you that warning. Secondly, if you're going to be in your feelings, stop this video right fucking now. This whole past weekend since Wonder Woman dropped, people have been in their feelings because people either like it or don't like it. I'm the last person that care about you being in your feelings when I'm doing a review, in my opinion, and my thing. Like, your feelings don't matter at this point. So if you finna be in your feelings, sensitive, typing a whole bunch of long ass shit in the comment section, save yourself, your fingers, your knuckles, and carpal tunnel syndrome, that issues and that drama, and just don't. Alright? Don't. Now, before I go into it, my overall thoughts of the movie, I did not like it. I did not. Now, I get too many people who are in the cinephile realm, the film studiers, film lovers, avid cinema goers and movie goers, things like that. They loved it and they do the whole, oh, it's an homage to Donner Superman and blah, 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 blah. Get it. Right? I get that, oh, it's great to have that 80s campiness and blah, 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 blah. Here's my issue with it. If this was the first Wonder Woman movie and you went with 80s campiness, that would be perfectly fine. If this was the first film, this is the sequel. We already had a tone of what Wonder Woman is from the first Wonder Woman movie. Now, I'm not saying the setting as far as World War I, but the tone thematically of what this is. You got that in the first 10 to 12 minutes with little Diana running the course. You get it, sprinkles. But overall, this movie decides to live in the 80s campiness. It doesn't have to. It becomes a cheesy, campy 80s movie for no apparent reason. The parts, again, spoilers. There's a part where Barbara is kicking a dude down the street, kicking his ass, and every time she kicks the dude, the music plays. 80s campiness. It's a look and a feel of things, an over-the-top, exuberant Maxwell lore played by Pedro Pascal. Here's the thing. You can be set in the 80s and not have to overdo the 80s campiness. There can be an homage to the 80s campiness, but you ain't got to go over the top. What do I use to basically give you an example? Stranger Things. Stranger Things is set in the 80s. I know these are two different genres. I get it. And again, if this was the first Wonder Woman movie, all this would work because everything would fill in. And then we'd see a complete shift. Because we'd be like, okay, this is what we're getting. Okay, fine. And then if the first Wonder Woman is the second Wonder Woman where it takes us back in time further, then we're like, well, damn. Now they gotten serious in a sense. But you can't go backwards like that. You shouldn't. There's so many unanswered questions. Why is Diana so weak in this? Now, if you are watching this, and if the first thing that wants to come out your mouth is, oh, this is a dude, so he thinks a woman can't be strong in the movie, you can kiss my entire black ass, because that is not the thing. Anyone who knows me and has heard me talk film, TV, sports, pro wrestling, life, anything with strong women, I'm sticking up for. Why? Because I grew up with a strong single mother, so I'm always going to rock with them. Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, is one of the most powerful characters within the entire DC universe. And in both of these movies, of course, the first one, she had to learn about where her strength is, who she truly is. But we've gone 70 years now in this film, and her strength relies within her love for Steve Trevor. That's her strength? That's where that's where it lies? That's where she gets it from? That's where she finds it to be who she needs to be? Come on, fam. Let's stop that. And also, let's talk about the Steve Trevor thing. Everybody wanted to know how they would bring Chris Pine back. I was one of the ones as well. And so when I saw the beginning of the movie and I saw about the wish thing, I was like, okay, that's how she's going to bring him back. She's going to wish him back. I wish I had more time. Got it. Problem is, Steve Trevor pulls a quantum leap and just leaps into a dude's body who has an actual fucking life. The world sees the real dude. Diana sees just Steve Trevor. This dude has his own place and everything, which means clearly he had to have a job. He had to have peoples in his life and shit like that. And all of a sudden it's gone. And Diana is fucking this dude randomly. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, well, in her eyes, she's fucking Steve Trevor. Yeah, but let's be realistic. Let's be 100. Let's keep it a buck here, as I always do with everything. If the situation was flipped, if that was a dude and his ex-lover reappeared in the body of a new woman, and then all of a sudden she just starts having sex with him because all he sees, he starts having sex with her, because all he sees is his ex-love that he's fixated on, there would be uproar and everything. It is bullshit. It is so much bullshit. There is no, again, then she wanted to keep Steve in dude's body. Fuck your regular life, fam. Wanted to keep dude in the body. I could also go to one of the most problematic things also is the racist shit. To have an Indian dude with a worst dreadlock wig ever say he is a descendant of the Mayans, that is a slap in the face to those who are descendants of Mayans. That is a slap in the face to the culture that originated dreadlocks and shit like that. Yo, that is so disrespectful. It is utterly disrespectful. There's no need for that. I would have rather them pulled off him saying, I grew dreads and I studied the Mayans. I've been fascinated by the Mayan culture. Not, I'm a descendant? Come on, fam. Come on, man. Pedro Pascal is Donald Trump in a sense. Let's just call it what it is. Pedro Pascal is Donald Trump in this. He can con people and get what he wants, and then I'm gonna take from you. I can give it to you, but you're gonna give me more. All these different things. And I get Pedro Pascal is trying to do what he can do, the best he can do as Max Lordness, and again the '80s campiness. And I didn't get that Luther feel again. Everybody's like, oh, it's an homage to the Donner Supermans. Again, when it comes to cinephiles, I need people to understand this. I've said this on Blurs in the Hood. I've said this on the Mad Titan podcast. I will continually say it. People have to understand that cinephiles, as it goes as a culture, is less than 1% of the total box office for theater-going experiences. Everybody that goes to the movie theaters is not a cinephile. People just like to go to the movies. They don't sit down and say, oh my God, you got to see the art of this. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's subjective, but if you look at it this way and look at the beauty and blah, blah, blah. They don't do that. They be like, yo, this is a good movie. Or it's a bad movie. This movie could have been so much more. The dialogue. Oh, Steve. When all of a sudden Diana decides that she has to let Steve go and renounce her wish. I'll never love again. I'll never love again. Come on, fam. Now you say this after 70 years? Now, again, the campiness in this, it takes away from who Wonder Woman is. Her strength that we are seeing is not within her. Is not within her God side, her godhood. It's within her love for Steve Trevor. And some people are like, well, that's her first love, took her virginity. Okay, fine. 70 years? You know what should have happened? I was talking with the homie Winston A. Marshall. Have Diana be in another relationship. And then she's moved on finally. She's in another relationship. And Steve appears, then he could appear in somebody else's body. Or have Steve appear in the body of the dude she's in a relationship with. Now, this is a new dude she's moved on with. But then there's the dude she's madly in love with still deep inside. This random dude that gets randomly raped and fucked by Diana because, yes, that's what that is. Again, like I said earlier, if the situation was flipped, we all know social media, Twitter, blogs, websites, newscasts, everything would have an uproar. I'm the only one of the few people that's going to say this to y'all straight up because I'm not going to sit there and back down and lie and be like, yo, I'm just trying to do this for clicks and likes. I'm not just trying to do this because I'm trying to be, and some people are like, oh, you're going to do this because you're a DC hater, which is a fucking lie. If you go back to any of the videos I've done on DC movies, if I love them, I love them. If I don't like them, I don't like them. Same with Marvel movies. I have no problem with saying something I don't like, something I do like. So let's eliminate that out the gate. Also, by the way, can y'all stop? And I know it's not all of you all watching this. Can you stop with the comparison of, well, it was better than Captain Marvel. Well, I like this Captain Marvel less than this. Stop comparing the two of the movies. They're two fucking different things. Stop it. You can like or hate Captain Marvel and not have to like and hate Wonder Woman in the same equation. You can do that. Okay? Also, again, my feeling is that of a lot of other people who watch this. This isn't cinephile. These aren't cinephiles. These aren't movie reviewers. These aren't critics. These aren't bloggers. These aren't internet personalities. These are regular people who have been like, yo, this is trash. And again, the cinephile audience, small amount. The average theater goer, the average movie goer is what you want to bring into this and get to this property. Now, somebody's gonna comment and say, well, Jay, they just got greenlit for Wonder Woman 3, fast track. Of course they were. Of course they were. If you thought that, just because the internet criticism and it getting plummeted on Rotten Tomatoes was going to make them not do 3, when in a pandemic box office, it is making dough. This let Warner Brothers know that people were still willing to go see this during a pandemic. It's making its Christmas money that it can make during a pandemic, which means if this was regular times, it would have cracked that billion for them instantly. They're looking at that. And then you want to go ahead and show Demi Villanueva that, putting something on HBO Max on streaming doesn't hurt a theatrical release. That's what you're doing. So it's not I said this on Twitter. If you follow me, I'm like, this ain't no gotcha to the haters. This ain't no, see what happens. Stop that shit. It's not. And again, people are allowed to love or hate a movie. But also, if you're going to love a movie, stop trying to cap for it for every fucking thing about it when there are things that are wrong with it. Again, this is DC, Marvel. It could be fucking something you watch in a Quentin Tarantino film, a Blade Runner film, Ridley Scott, James Cameron, whatever. Be open. Yes, there are things wrong with it. Yes, there's nothing wrong with saying that. But I also said this, and again, don't at me at your mama. The way some people on Twitter and social media have been capping so hard for this fucking movie, like it can do no wrong. This is an exact tweet I told y'all. Like, people act like this movie did nothing wrong. It hit every single perfect note and blah, 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 blah. These are the same people, when that Zack Snyder thing come out on HBO Max in May, gonna swear for God it's the greatest piece of cinema ever made, and you're a fucking liar. Because you won't accept when something's bad unless it's something that you didn't want it to be. Example, everybody was allowed to accept that Justice League itself, the theatrical release, was bad because it wasn't Zack Snyder. It was so easy for you to say, I didn't like it. But then you found out that HBO Max is going to allow him to do his version of it, not a cut, his whole version of a movie, because $80 billion is a brand new movie. Then you're cool. You game for it. Come on now, be real with yourselves. Don't try to play this one side of the coin and then get mad when somebody calls you out for the other side. Don't do that. Again, I wanted more out of this. I was one of those people who were geeked up when DC Fandom dropped the trailer and we saw her lassoing the lightning. I thought it was more to it. Cool. But it wasn't. Yes, you get, again, spoilers, I told y'all already. You get the invisible jet finally in this. You see how it becomes a thing. Cool. Linda Carter's involved. Yes, I kind of knew who Linda Carter was going to be when they talked about the character. I was like, I bet you money that's Linda Carter. I said it to myself, I bet you money that's Linda Carter. But again, it's certain things you want. Am I looking at this as the whole DC new universe, whatever they're doing? Again, I understand Patty Jenkins' thing, her vision, what she's going for. And now Warner Brothers is doing this standalone movie thing until they decided they really want to go ahead and combine them back into one solid universe. Yes, there are connecting points amongst different things in some cases. And the only connector to any of the rest of this in Wonder Woman 84 is the Batman v Superman Martha theme that plays for a moment. So I allow it to be what it is. But again, the campiness in this, the overt usage of the 80s campiness, the embracing it to its full camp in every way, shape, form, or fashion, the level of black, that's it too. We're going to call it what it is. This movie is set in 1984 in Washington, D.C., Chocolate City. And there are maybe 1, 2, 3 black people that have real major roles, major speaking roles in that movie. 3. There's a group of breakdancers, all white, in DC. There's a black dude who's a perv in the mall in the beginning. So the black dude who has a speaking line, who has a speaking character. He plays Barbara's homeless best friend. He's homeless. Oh man, I bought you a food plate. Hope it's warm for you. Boom. All right, I'm gone. Not no, hey, I know the way her life is, you would see, maybe it would make sense if she was trying to help out. These are just things I think about. But again, I am not in the minority of this. That's the thing. I'm not in the minority of what I saw, many others saw. But I'm not saying mine or others' opinions is the sole opinion that is right. It's just in this case, even if it was reversed, the majority says this movie sucks. The majority is saying that. The minority is like, I loved it and blah, blah, blah. And then you have the further extreme, like, this is a great piece of cinematic masterpiece. It got you in all the emotions, made you feel, shut the fuck up. Stop. Y'all gotta start being real out here in these streets with these movies. Yes, Jay, aren't you an actor and you want to work in these projects and you want to eventually work with these directors and stars and stuff like that? Yes. And yes, and I don't say that to say, oh, well, you're just going here bashing their work. I'm not bashing their work. Even if I was not in the industry and I was a regular person critiquing it, guess what? I am allowed to do so because why? I utilize the service that is being paid for to watch it. Does this mean Wonder Woman 3, when I say fast tracking and we finally get it done, does this mean Wonder Woman 3 will be as campy or go back to the original? Probably not. It might be a completely different type of theme and tone. But we got to see. That's how I feel about it. I want to know what you feel about it in the comments below. Remember, please keep your feelings out of it. Just keep it straight 100 and a buck. If you got to be, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep it straight a buck. Let's just be real with each other here in the comments below and keep it respectful, all right? Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, find out when I'm dropping more videos on the channel. I'm coming back here to review heavily, man, especially 2021 and everything. I took a while off from the reviews. There's been a bunch of movies I saw that I should have talked about, but I haven't. But I will be back here for y'all. I promise that, man. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Make sure you are checking out Blurs in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. on the East Coast. Myself and Winston A. Marshall. We go live. YouTube.com/BlurredInTheHood and Twitch.tv/BlurredInTheHood. We talk about everything in pop culture, nerddom, news, entertainment, sports, real life shit. We are unapologetically black and have fun doing so in the process. And the Mad Titan Podcast, where you get all your podcasts from. I get you caught up on all the things happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. It is barbershop talk for nerds, so come on in the convo, all right? I will holler at y'all later. Till then, take care. I'm out. Bye.